Good morning, dear students. Till now, we have discussed about the concept of meta tag, the concept of form, the concept of CSS, as well as its positioning. Now, today we will discuss with the next term introduced in advanced web designing, that is list. So, list in HTML5 allows web developer to group a set of related items in list. HTML5 allows to create three types of list. Mainly, these lists are used to represent list items in a predefined format. So, let's start with the types of lists. First type of list is order list, second type is unordered list, and third is definition list. Following table shows some HTML list tags and its description. The first tag is UL tag. It defines an unordered list. U stands for unordered, L stands for list. The second tag is OL tag. It defines an ordered list. Mainly, there is a tag referred as LI tag. It defines a list atom and it is a subtag of UL and OL tag. LI tag specifies the list atom in a list. Now, the third and most important is DL, that is definition list. DL tag contains two subtags referred as DT and DD. DT defines a term in a definition list and DD defines its definition. That means suppose I want to highlight one text as a heading text or a term, and below to that I want to display its description part. So the term is defined with the DT and its definition part, means what, explanation part, will be enclosed in DD, that is terms definition. So this is all about the concept of list tags and its subtags also. So we'll discuss now one by one in detail. First of all, ordered list. Ordered list is also known as numbered list because these lists represents with the help of numerical format. An unordered list can be numerical or alphabetical. To create ordered list, OL tag is used. To create ordered list, following are some important attributes. That is, the first attribute of OL tag is type. Its values are one numeric format, small a as alphabet, capital A as alphabet, small I, that is Roman, small Roman I can say that, and capital I, that is uppercase Roman. So this particular type attribute specifies the format of list items to be highlighted. The default one is 1. That means the default type of OL tag is 1. Now the second attribute of OL tag is reversed. What is the meaning of reversed? So as we know that it is a stand alone. Stand alone means what? Stand alone means what? Its value is same. That means it doesn't take any kind of value. That is reversed only. So it specifies that the list item of list are specified in a reverse order. For example, suppose you have used the type as a 1. That means you want to start with 1, 2, 3 format itself, and you want to highlight the list items by using 1, 2 and 3. Now if you specifies that reverse word in the OL tag itself, then that list will highlight as 3, 2, 1. That means in a reverse order of the specified format. So this is about the reverse. Then third attribute is start. So what is the meaning of start? So start attribute is used when you want to start the sequence according to your own choice. That means I want to highlight the first atom according to your own format itself. Now it specifies the starting number of the first atom in an ordered list. So this is all about the concept of OL. Let me explain this with the help of one example regarding the OL tag itself. So I will start OL. Just see the code of it. Now here, keep in mind, I want to display three list items as coffee, tea and milk. Now for this, I must use OL tag. So here, first of all, see, I want to cancel this word. First tag is OL exclamation mark dot type HTML, that is indication of HTML5. Then HTML tag, then head tag. Here I mentioned title as a order list. You know that the text displayed in between title and title will be displayed on the browser screen's title bar. Now the main section is body section, and in that body section I have started with the OL tag. So OL stands for order list, and LI, obviously you know that LI tag is a subtag of OL tag, so it is used to specify the list item. So what is the meaning of list item? Here coffee, tea and milk are referred as a list items, and they are included and enclosed within the LI tag. So here the slash OL slash body and slash HTML. Just save the code, minimize the code and execute that in a browser. So you will get 1 2 3. Keep in mind why it is indicated with the 1 2 3, because here OL, you know that OL means what? Ordered list, and the default type of OL is 1. That means that list items will highlight with from the 1 2 and 3. Now I will explain another attributes of OL tag, that is first attribute is type. Now I don't want to use default value as a 1. I want to start with small a. Now just type OL, its type attribute should be small a. Just save this code and refresh it. You will get A, B, C are the indication, that means highlight of that particular type attribute. So in the same way, if you go for capital A, it will display A, B, C, D capital. In such way you can use rest of the values of the type attribute. Save this and refresh it, you will get that affected. Now you know that the default value of OL is 1. Now I will go for simply REVER, sorry, just a minute, I will explain this OL. So see the output, it should be 1 2 3 because I had not mentioned any type, so by default type is 1. Now I will go for REVERSED, reversed. So what will get affected in the output? See, just I mentioned the reverse word in the OL because the reverse is the third attribute of the OL tag. Now just save this code. I had saved. Once again I want to go for save, then click on refresh. See the effect, 3 2 1. So this is because of the reversed attribute of OL tag. I think your doubts are cleared. That is, OL tag is used to create order list. It has a subtag referred as LI, used to mention the list item in list, and its values are, sorry, its type, its attributes are type, reversed and start. Now I had displayed the demo of type attribute as well as reverse attribute. Now I will start with, suppose type is equal to, I want to go for the capital A. That means this coffee, tea, milk item will be highlighted with the help of capital ABC. Just a minute, I will save on this, execute. So you will get that ABC. Once again open and just click on just type start is equal to, because start is the another attribute, that is start is equal to, suppose I am going to mention 3. So what is the meaning of this start equal to 3? That means in a capital alphabet whose position is third, that character will be highlighted as a first indication for the list item. That means in capital A, B, C, so C is the character which is at position 3. So start equal 3 means what? You want to start coffee with C, and the rest of the will be items will be continued. Now just see what is the effect of start. So you will get CDE, as the code says that the type is capital A, but its value start value is 3, so that it will not start with A, it will start with C, because here start value is C. You want to start with the B, then what is the position of B in a ABC, capital ABC? 2. So just mention start equal to 2 and just refresh it, so it will get B, C, D. So this is the use of start attribute of OL tag. Fine. Now OL tag is used to create ordered list. Means what? If you want to create ordered list, so you just use the OL tag. So this is all about the concept of ordered list. Now the second is unordered list. Unordered list is also known as a bulleted list. So here, what is the meaning of bullet? Bullet is nothing but a shape, a shape. So an ordered list created using UL tag, as you know previously. The list atom in unordered list are marked with three shapes, that is bullets. Shapes means what? Bullets. So following table shows attribute of, sorry, it is attribute of UL tag. By mistake it is OL, so consider that it is a UL tag. So its attribute type, the possible values are this, circle or square. Now it this type attribute of UL tag specifies the bullet type for list atom, and the default bullet is disk. Now disk, circle and square, these are the three possible values of type attribute of UL tag, unordered list tag, but the default one is disk. Okay, we will also see this by using one example. Here see the UL tags code, that is doc type. Here you can see that indication of HTML5, HTML head, here title as unordered list, then the main section as body, and in that I use UL. So same list items I use over here also, coffee, tea and milk. Now but I had mentioned that in a unordered list, so definitely the type of UL, the default type of UL is disk, so these items will be highlighted as a disk. Just see the output, double click on the file so that it will be displayed. Now here you can see, if I will zoom it, definitely you will get the clear picture, that is indication of disk. Now this is the disk. Okay, now it is a by default disk shape, that is by default bullet. If you want to change that, you can use the attribute as a type is equal to square, square. Now you can enclose that square in a double quote, click on save and just refresh it, so that you will get the square as a, see, this is the difference between disk and square. Now in the same way, if you mention circle, definitely you will get a circle on a browser screen. So these are the three shapes allowed by UL tag, that is unordered list. So I think UL tag is understood by you. Fine. Now the next is definition list. So what is our definition list? So definition list is created using DL tag, that is definition list tag. Whenever there is a need to specify one text as a main text, and below to that, if we want to enclose some textual matter, that is some content of that term itself, then you have to use the definition list. Items in definition list are created with DT and DD, that means data term and its definition, that is terms definition. The DT tag is used to define the term, whereas the DD tag is used to define the term's definition. We will also see this by using one example. See this DL. I will show the first code and then we will go for executing it as HTML5 indication, title as definition list, the main section. See, the first tag is DL and the end tag is /DL. Means what? As I told you that DT and DD are the subtags of DL tag. So first of all you start with the DL, and at the last you must close with /DL. Now after DL, the first term, that is definition term, that is C. I had mentioned web page as a term, and I want to make it as a bold because it is a term. So that's why I enclose that web page in a B tag. As you know that B tag stands for bold, is a physical tag, okay, basic tag. So it is used to format the text as a bold. So here web page will be displayed in a bold font style. Now, what is the definition of web page? As we know that web page is a single page or a website of a website. That's why I had mentioned this particular line or statement in which tag DD, because it is a definition of that particular term. In the same way, I added a second term as a home page, and its definition is the first or main page of a website is called as a home page. In the same way, I added third term, that is a website, and its definition is a collection of interlinked web page. And then after that, I had ended with the slash dl. Now save this code and execute for the same. So here you will get the output of the same, and you just zoom this, so you will get the exact picture, that is whatever text we had written by using dt. So these are the terms and the statements enclosed within dd, so as a content of that particular term. So this is a concept of definition list. Fine, I think you had clear this concept of definition list. Then what is the meaning of nested list? So first is unordered list, second is ordered list, third is definition list. If you will combine any two lists together, that means it is a nest. So nested list. List within another list is called as a nested list. Ordered list and unordered list can be nested. So here one example is given to you. So first, introduction to IT, then its subtype subterm, that is basic concepts of IT. Again the second main term is introduction to DBMS. It has two subterms, that is definition of DBMS and advantages of DBMS. And the third main term is advanced web designing. So if you observe this particular example, you will get that in this particular list you have used two list types, that is one is ordered list and second is unordered list. Just see this by using one example. Here, just a minute. So here see nested list. See the example. Here first of all, HTML5 syntax, title as a nested list. Now here first I had started with OL because I want to highlight introduction to IT with one number. So I know that the default type of OL is 1, so I had mentioned only OL. So its list item is a introduction to IT. Now introduction to IT has a subterm referred as the basic concepts of IT, but its indication is square shape, that is unordered list. So that li should be mentioned within the ul tag. Keep in mind I am not close this OL because I want to carry the same effect to introduction to DBMS also, as well as advanced web designing also. Now here you can observe that introduction to IT is the first main item. Its sub item is basic concepts. I started ul and close with the slash ul. Again I started with the second li. That means after this li introduction to IT, I had started with the second as an introduction to DBMS main heading. Again this introduction to DBMS has two sub items. That's why I mentioned that two sub items by using ul, because they are unordered list, because they are indicated with the square shape. So first of all here ul and slash ul, and the third is li, again advanced web designing. We know that this advanced web designing does not contain any sub, that is sub point. So here slash ol I had close over here. So what is the default ul type? It is a disk. Now see this, I'll save this code and execute the same to get the output of the same. Introduction to IT, basic concepts of IT, But keep in mind here these are indicated with the circle. If you want to go for square, so what you have to do, just mention ul in the code. You can mention ul type is equal to square square. Just copy this particular value type equal to square and just introduce within second ul also, so that all the series sub atoms will be highlighted with the square. Okay, so this is the concept of nested lists. You can nest one list with another list. Fine. I think nested list you understood. So concept of ordered list, unordered list, definition list, and nested list. Thank you. See you in the next video.